Welcome to this web edition of Cuse Countdown ahead of the ACC Tournament down in Georgia. With Kevin Ryans and Nick Dugan, Andrew Scaglione as Syracuse set to take on North Carolina for the second time in just a couple of weeks. Kevin, what's your initial thoughts on this matchup?
You know, I'm interested to see how Syracuse performs in this one after the thrashing of UNC back a couple of weeks ago at the Carrier Dome, 13-7 against them. So can they repeat that magic, that defensive really domination against UNC over in this second game, or will they falter in the ACC Tournament?
Yeah, Kevin, whether you're a fan of Syracuse, UNC, or just a lacrosse fan in general, this is going to be a spectacular matchup. Two confident teams. I mean, if you're a 1 seed, you've never been more confident going into play a 4 seed that you lost to 13-7 just a few weeks ago. And for Syracuse, the 4 seed, well, they beat them a couple weeks ago in the Carrier Dome. So both teams coming in confident. Interesting to see how this one will shake out.
Yeah, rankings tend not to matter too much in the ACC Tournament. Last year, Syracuse also upset UNC. That was a 3-2 game. Let's take a look at this year's bracket. Down in Georgia, UVA the only team not to make it, and the winner of Syracuse-UNC, guys, takes on Duke or Notre Dame.
Yeah, you know, if Syracuse are winning and Duke are going to be a rematch of last year's ACC championship game and everything, it would also be the third straight time Syracuse made the ACC championship in the 3 years here. So how about that? Some magic again for Syracuse over in the tournament. Get them a higher seed in the NCAA tournament to be able to be a home game right here at the Carrier Dome. That'd be really, really good for Syracuse if they could do that.
Yeah, in order to have a rematch, though, Kevin, Duke's got to get past Notre Dame, one of the stingiest defenses in all of the land. Will they be able to respond after getting soundly beaten by North Carolina, coming all the way back 7 goals in a row in that fourth quarter? We'll see how they respond and if they can take down Duke.
Now, like you mentioned, last time Syracuse played North Carolina, 13-7 win in the Carrier Dome just a few weeks ago. Kevin, what's the most important thing for either side to do to win this game?
Well, that face-off battle is going to be huge. Stephen Kelly versus Ben Williams. Can the quickness of Stephen Kelly and the versatility of Ben Williams, you know, match up really well? That's going to be really interesting, and I'm really key on that one. And if Syracuse can win those face-offs again, just as they did a couple weeks ago in the Carrier Dome, those 16 huge face-offs for wins for Ben Williams, then I could think they can. The defense is very good. They can win again a certain similar game over against UNC. If it's going to be Stephen Kelly had the game-winning goal against Notre Dame. If it's Stephen Kelly, then you might got to take it over to the Tar Heel side, and they may win that game. So that's a big one I'm looking at, the face-off battle, Nick.
Yeah, and Kevin, you touched on it, the defense. The defense has to be good, the close defense. Jay McDermott, Nick Mellon, Brandon Mullins. They played spectacularly against Goldstock and Pontrello a few weeks ago. They're going to have to repeat that performance, as we saw, that UNC can get going pretty quickly. So they're going to have to keep that offense stifled, not going to let them get any open shots. They're going to have to repeat a great defensive performance in order to win on Friday.
Yeah, Goldstock and Pontrello, 8 goals, 4 assists combined in that season finale against Notre Dame. This game comes your way at 6:30 tomorrow night on Friday. Kevin, who wins?
I think it's going to be North Carolina going to the ACC Championship, 14-11 over Syracuse. Now, for me, it's just all about, Syracuse has had a lot of issues, especially on the defensive end. They're a little bit unsettled at times, and against guys like Luke Goldstock and guys like Steve Pontrello who can really take advantage of offenses, that's going to be big. And if Stephen Kelly could kind of get that bounce back revenge game against Ben Williams, win all those faceoffs, control the possessions on offense, I can't see Syracuse pulling it out. Going to be close because it's an ACC game. Anything can happen in these ACC games. We've seen in the last couple of weeks, especially North Carolina come back down. All those goals, 7 goals in a row and everything. Syracuse, they defeated North Carolina handily, 13-7. It's not going to happen this week though. 14-11 North Carolina.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm also predicting North Carolina to take home the victory. I think SU has struggled going on the road. Even though this is a neutral site game, they can't start slowly on the road in this game. I think it's going to come down to the last possession. As you mentioned, face-offs, a huge factor. UNC overall winning about 58% of their face-offs. That's going to be a tough test for Ben Williams at the face-off X. 14-13, last possession. It's going to come down to that last possession, and UNC is going to get that last possession and score the goal.
Yeah, and we know this game has big NCAA tournament implications for Syracuse as well. Tomorrow night down in Kennesaw, Georgia, Syracuse and UNC ACC semifinals. Winner plays in the championship game on Sunday. For Kevin and Nick, I'm Andrew. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep it locked at Citrus TV Sports on Twitter for coverage all weekend long.